Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. It's been some time, like 2.5 weeks or so I think. Almost 3 weeks now. But I found some time. I can play for an hour or so. Don't know when I upload the next time. It's almost... the deadline of my bachelor's almost... Well, it is close, like 2 weeks or so. So it's the last hard bit where I have to work for some time at least. But I think I will be uploading a bit more frequent now. Don't quote me on that, please. But this might be something that can happen, which is good, I guess. And on the other hand, I really want to play this game right now. To be honest, I want to finish this game right now because, the Convergence mod got released for Elden Ring, if you haven't noticed. And I kind of want to play it, but I don't want to start a second playthrough on this channel for that one. So when this one is done and the DLC is maybe over or it's not even there yet, I will start a Convergence mod playthrough or something similar to this, I don't know. Because I want to play that mod. But I also want to finish this playthrough. So there are a few options that I can do right now. The first one is Carrier Manor. I don't like this area. At least not the hand part. Or I can start with Southern Caelid. What is there to do in Caelid? Why would I do Caelid? Why would I do the Carrion Manor? Carrion Manor, of course, to progress or to start Rani's questline, progress Roger's questline and Fia's questline. And Caelid to go into Redmane Castle before the siege or before the festival, because when the festival is active, then most areas of Redmane Castle are closed, so it's kind of boring to go through Redmane Castle when it's when the festival is going on. So this might be a big reason why I would do this. I think what I'm going to do is right now I'm going directly to Redmane Castle. I'm porting over here to the cathedral. I'm going directly to Redmane Castle. I'm doing I'm going through Redmane Castle, and if there is still time... Oh no, different buttons. Shit, how do I do stuff here again? Okay, like this. Man, after Redmane Castle we are doing Carrion Manor, after Carrion Manor we are doing Caelid, and Redmane Castle again, like Radan. And I'm saying oh no because I've been playing... how do I jump in this game again? Can I jump off tower? Yeah. I've been playing some Monster Hunter Rise in my off time. And if you know Monster Hunter, the controls are completely different. And this is why I might fail here big time. Because I almost wanted to press R1 to sprint. But of course in this game R1 is attack. And in Monster Hunter you attack with... how do I jump again? Oh, okay. You attack with the jump button, like... Or not the jump button, my jump button. You attack with triangle and with circle. And that is a bit... How do I get off again? I can jump off... I don't know. Oh no, that's going to be a disaster, playing these two games. Here, I want to run with this button. This is... oh shit. This is so hard right now. Well, I will manage. I kinda wish now that Elden Ring had a uncapped frame rate. Because in Monster Hunter you do, on PC, not on Switch. On Switch it's like 30 FPS, that's sad as hell. But on PC you have unlimited frames. Oh. And I'm using a 144 Hz monitor, so Monster Hunter looks a bit more smooth than this right now, for me. Takes some time to get used to it. But the control scheme, oh no, that's awful. That is just awful. How do I sprint up? With circle, okay. But yeah, if you care, or if you don't, I'm going to tell you. I think Bachelor's working alright. At least I think. I'm not stressed out or anything, I'm just... after working on my Bachelor, or for the day, I'm kind of tired, don't really want to record. I'm still playing games, but I don't know. Oh man. I want to attack with circle and I'm rolling constantly. This is a disaster. This is a disaster, I can tell you. Oh, it's fun. Kind of feels like... This is what I imagine drumming feels like. And I know this is a strange thing to say, but when you're trying to drum, you're doing like... One hand is doing the one beat, for example. The other hand is doing a completely different beat. And your feet are doing something entirely different again. And it's kind of hard to switch, or not to switch, but I'm not drumming, of course, but otherwise I won't have a problem with that, but or maybe I would, I don't know. But it's also mindfuckery, right? Imagine trying to do a beat with your left hand and then the right hand is doing the same or something similar, but maybe with an offbeat, or I don't know. Feels very awkward, and this is how I imagine, or at least this is how I feel right now. I'm doing something offbeat because the control scheme in Elden Ring is something completely different to the control scheme of Monster Hunter. I wonder. Oh, fuck. And because it's Nintendo, instead of clicking OK with the button on with the X button, I'm playing with a PlayStation 4 controller here. How do I get on my horse again? And instead of pressing OK and stuff with this button, you're doing it with the most right button, so your circle button. And then that in and out of itself is a bit mindfuckery. Can't I go faster than this? No, I can't. Honestly, I don't know how to dodge these trebuchet attacks reliably. So how do I jump off fast? Oof. Is it like this? Well, it worked. Oh, come on. Oh, bad teammate. You're killing your own guys. Where's this ballista? Where even is the ballista? What? I don't get it. Isn't it up there? Oh no, I think I can see it. Okay, my memories of the control scheme are coming back, luckily. But yeah, let me know if you want to see the convergence mod at some point. I definitely want to wait a little bit until it's been patched a little bit more, because I don't know if you've seen it. If you're going to the Nexus page, at least it was this way the last time I checked, but like the Nexus page is bare minimum Nexus mod page. Like, you have no information there whatsoever. And can this fucker stop attacking me? Why are they so passive? Come on. Not you. The small one first. Come on, let me... For fuck's sake, how long is this trebuchet? Let me get the small one for... Okay, fuck off. Let me backstab you. Thank you. Deals almost no damage, but now I can... I have some time. It's not enough. This is so annoying. Having two people attacking you at different times. Okay, I got this one. Well, I paid with blood, but that's fine. And oh my god. I'm so bad right now. I'm still trying to dodge with X. That's going to... I don't want to know what happens when I'm trying to start playing Monster Hunter again after this recording session right here. Oh no. I hate it. I kinda hate it. But now I'm thinking, like... Can you remap? I don't think you can remap every single button in Monster Hunter. I kinda wonder how this would work with this game. Well, you have in Monster Hunter, you have light attack and heavy attack as well, or something similar to this, or combo 1, combo 2. I just call it heavy and light attack. So... But what are you doing with the other buttons? I'm trying to think. This is hard to... Yeah. Now, how do you get off the horse faster? Is it really that awkward? Mistimed that already. Oh! Come on. Ah, wrong button again. But what I must say is nice about this game, and I'm starting to appreciate it even more now, is... And I'm going to compare this to Monster Hunter now. And if you don't like it, then so be it, because... Well, I've been playing this game now for the last few days, and I'm having fun. But there are things that I didn't like. I've played World before. I had Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, but I haven't bought the expansion that is, I don't know when it came out, like Sunbreak. It's already old, really, right? But I haven't played that one on the Switch. But now coming back to Monster Hunter again, it feels so clunky. The game feels so incredibly clunky compared to this game. Because with most weapons, when you attack, you can't switch direction. Or only very limited. For example, imagine you couldn't, if you're doing this combo, imagine you could only face in one direction. And in this game, you can cancel everything very fast, right? With a few exceptions. But in Monster Hunter, it's like you're committing to these sometimes big combos or big wind-up attacks, and you can't even switch direction. Like, look how I can switch direction with this one. I can do a 180 with this one, like, and even then I can run. I can curve it a little bit. And in Monster Hunter, no, you can't do that. No. You're committing to this one direction you're attacking in. Excuse me, that's rude. I'm talking here. Okay, is this going to annoy me? The whole time now? I can't summon Torrent here. Well, I hope I make this jump. Yeah, nice. But oh boy. Well, to be honest, it's a different game, but still. Monster Hunter feels so much... I tried to attack! If you don't know, if you haven't noticed, I'm jumping with triangle. I'm not jumping with X, I'm jumping with the button that is like the what is it on Xbox? It's the Y button. I'm jumping with Y, and Y is also light attack in Monster Hunter. So what will happen a few times today is like I'm jumping with when I want to attack, I'm starting to jump. This might happen a lot. Oh man, I'm so bad today. Oof. That is what happens if you're playing a different game with a different control scheme. But oh man, is it fun. Alright. So how does this work now? I don't want to aggro this idiot. I mean, I'm going to aggro this one, but maybe not as fast. I don't know. I want to get this thing here. Okay, got this one. It's not aggroed quite yet. I want to grab this thing. Not worth it at all. Not at all. Come on. Climb up the ladder. Ouch. So what are these things called? Like the, not the bats, but the meaty ones over there. And I hope there isn't an item. I call them flesh bats. I don't know, well, I know why. Or meat bats, because well, they have human skin. This is so strange. Disgusting design. I love it. But it's disgusting looking. And I guess that's the intention behind that. Because if it is, it's working. Grab that stuff. Oh, I do have my buckler. Let's see if I can still parry people here. What is the parry button? Yeah, okay. That should work. That should work. Come on. Yeah. Nice. I can still do it. Ouch. No, I can't parry that one. Can't parry that one. Can parry this one. Well, the boss is going to be fun right now. I like one part of the boss fight in Redmine Castle. It's a generic one, but it's a it's a dual boss fight, which shouldn't be a big problem because they're kind of staggered. What are my flasks? I have the region one, right? Yeah, nice. Yeah, open this shortcut that isn't really a shortcut in my opinion. I kind of find it strange that you can't open the main gate. Or if you can, I have never found it. I've never found the switch. And for some reason they thought it was a good idea to put 2 of these guardian lions over there. I don't understand that decision. Isn't there a... yeah, there they are. Luckily it's not the one with the repeating crossbow. And other than in Monster Hunter, now you have to manage your stamina a little bit better. Of course you have stamina in Monster Hunter too, but how do I one-hand again? Oh, like this. Of course you have... let me just poison you fairly quickly. That's not. Unlucky. Whoa, 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 whoa. Can you come around, please? I would like to cheese you, if you let me. I mean, I'm fairly fine with fighting one of them, but not with both. Can this one come too, please? Come on. Don't pop my bubble. Not right now. I do have a bow. I know this one will dodge, but maybe if I shoot this one, it will convince them to... It's not even dodging. Now it's dodging, yeah. Okay. They start dodging once you aggro. Once you draw the aggro. Okay, maybe. When I'm lucky... I'm hitting it. This should be enough, right? Yeah. Okay, sadly I don't have any flasks, but I can wait until one of them is dead. Or close to death. I don't actually know if they die with one barrage, with one poisoning. Ooh. Are you a duck again? Huh. Ducking doesn't actually decrease your hitbox. I'm sure it does, but not to an extent that I would like to. Oh, my bubble is popped. Unlucky. Do I have an upgraded bow? Of course not. Most damage is this crossbow. I can wield it with 2 hands. Yeah. And I should... No, of course not. For some reason you can't aim directly down. This is going to be a disaster. Is the music on? Why is it? Strange. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to dodge again with X. Oof. Alright. This one lost the poisoning, or the poisoning wore off. Man, this feels so laggy. Holy shit, it feels laggy. Why does it feel so laggy? Extremely uncomfortable. Is it still 60 FPS? Because it doesn't feel like it. That felt like 30 FPS. But yeah, you can't, to my knowledge, you can't open this gate. For some reason. To be honest, that would be the better shortcut, but oh well. Not my decision to make. This is something that I really don't like about Elden Ring in particular, is that you don't have FP regeneration. But I think I've already talked about this at some point. But it's been a long time, I guess. So please forgive me if I'm talking about the same stuff multiple times. It's been some time. And there's currently, obviously with the Bachelor, a lot of stuff I have to think about. So something up here. There's indeed something up here. And I wonder how I'm going to approach the boss. I want to try something with these things. I don't know if this works, but I really want to try it. And I'm still trying to dodge with X. Now I got used to circle a little bit more, but still it feels so different. What's in here? There's a ladder that goes upstairs. It's the pumpkin head up here. It sounds like it. Sounds like the pumpkin head is up here. And indeed it is. Alright. Come on. Please register my input. And I've already used my flask. I think that was a mistake. So Pumpkinhead, grab this item, leave him be. Because I really don't wanna, I don't feel like fighting a Pumpkinhead, I don't like this enemy type. Especially because the game likes to hit this stupid helmet. Even though the player doesn't want to hit the helmet, so the game says, no, you are going to hit the helmet now. And then you just deal like 2 damage or so. It's really, really bad. So how am I going to do this? I guess I'm just waiting until the fire wears off, and then I'm not jumping over there apparently. Now I can for some reason. Probably was too close to the thing, right? Something similar to this. Don't even know why I'm killing them. I'm going to sit at this side of grace anyways. I think I'm going to fight the boss before I'm fighting or walking my way through the other part. Oh, let's not do this. No. The boss comes last. But I'd like to run through a little bit here. I mean, they're going to follow me. So I have to deal with them. Man, I love this attack. Can they stop dropping their daggers, please? Or the short swords, whatever they're using. Let's see, can I parry you? Like, I know you can parry them, but I don't know if... Well, I don't need to when they're doing this. I don't want to brag, but this fight was smooth. That was smooth. There is this abomination of a Iron Virgin, or whatever they're called. I call them Iron Maiden. I think they just can't call them Iron Maiden because of the band. Because it's a protected name, so to speak. But Iron Maiden just sounds better. And I will call them that. Because Iron Virgin sounds wrong. If you're not careful, this troll will jump up here, I think, at least. Whoops. Oh, both of them. Ah, come on. I really don't like how you flinch when you block any projectile, even though it's like a bolt. Like a small bolt. I can understand that you flinch when you block a ballista shot or something like that, but the small bolt, come on. You can do it better than that. I mean, tanking doesn't... You're not flinching as much when you tank the attack. Well, let's do another one. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, we are not like this here. We are not doing that. And they still haven't changed the fact that you are getting aim punched. If you don't know what that means, aim punch is usually a terminology for shooters. And aim punch in a shooter is like, while you're shooting, when you're getting shot, your aim is being thrown off. Like, in most games, your crosshair is going into the sky or something like this, and while you're being aim punched. So in this game, it's fairly similar. When you're getting hit by an attack, while you're attacking, your attack is being thrown off, sometimes a little bit too much. And I don't know, I don't know which content creator it was, sorry for that, but there is definitely a video out there where someone is testing the aim punch mechanic, quote unquote, and it's sometimes so silly that your weapon is actually glitching through your model and the hitbox of your weapon is going behind you. For example, with a rapier, I think it was, with the S-Stock. When you're trying to attack and you're getting hit, somehow your S-Stock is glitching through your character and extends its hitbox through your back to your back, basically, which is very strange. For this fight, I'm going to, of course, summon someone. I'm not using the flask quite yet. I definitely want to get rid of the misbegotten warrior as soon as possible. And again, I'm trying to dodge with the wrong button. Okay. Nice. Well, now I couldn't test the other thing. Now we just need to deal with this one. I don't even know if you can poison them. If you can, they have a very high resistance to poison or Scarlet Rot. Whoops. Come on, what is going on? I can't move backwards. So this... I'm playing with the thought of getting rid of my summon right now, because it's taking the aggro from me. Which makes it a bit awkward. Because as you know, or as you might know, I like to parry the Crucible Knights. First of all, let's clear out these stupid tables. Otherwise I'm getting stuck here. But man, right now the frame rate is kinda fucking me over. Now let's just wait until my Banished Knight is dead. Shouldn't take that long. Maybe I can do one of these in the meantime. Something that I can't really do. Oh. My Frost staggered him out of that. I wonder if you have enough time for that here. Well, you definitely do, but he needs to walk into it. Well, I think that's something that I can do. Oh, no, I shouldn't do a wake up. Yeah. Go through, follow up with this attack, punish him for doing his flying move. Seems to be very optimal. And after this you most of the time can chain parry them. Sometimes they're doing the tail attack. And you need to be ready, or you're just tanking the tail attack and parry the next one, which is fine too. And punish him for that. Yeah. Nice. This worked out pretty well. I might have missed one or two items, I'm not really sure. But oh well. So I'm kind of wondering what thumbnail I'm going to do now. Or if I'm still doing... if I'm still using the Leonia of the Lakes thumbnail. That's something that I'm thinking of. Because technically Leonia isn't finished yet. Right, I need to do Carrion Mana. And I'm starting with it now. I don't know if I'm finishing Carrion Mana in this episode, but... I think I'm just reusing it. I don't feel like making another thumbnail right now. I don't want to. Well, at least I'm switching the thumbnail or trying to fit the thumbnail, trying to... No, what am I trying to say? I'm adjusting the thumbnail to the environment that we're playing in. But it's kind of hard if you're in two different areas. Why is it so dark all of a sudden? Man, I can't see anything. Am I going the right direction? Should be, yeah. East. I'm being attacked by this fairly poor aimed attack. And well, EG is warning the player of that attack, but it's spawning completely at the wrong direction. Like I'm standing... Okay, now it's hitting. If you're standing still, it's hitting you. But like... whoever's aiming this thing, they're fairly bad at that job. Come on, how do I... like this? Oof. So... I think I need to level up here. Or at least spend the runes. Where do I want to put them? More into vigor, why not? Just pump vigor. It doesn't really matter. Do I have another upgraded weapon? I have the Uchigatana, which is fairly weak. Roger's rapier is fairly weak as well. Do I have enough to up... Don't I have another upgraded weapon? Kinda feel like I'm missing something here. Am I? Am I not? I have the Banished Knight. Actually, the halberd is pretty cool. Can I further upgrade this one? Let's see. These are some of the smithing stones. 4 is for 12. This is 8. Yeah, I can upgrade quite a bit. I should get rid of this thing though. Round table hold like this. Very nice, very nice. Now going to the blacksmith, upgrading this weapon. And before I'm doing that, I want to see something. Ashes of War. I indeed do have a fire one, which is very good. Which one is better though? This gives me faith scaling. Does it really matter? Like it's... I think I'm looking at it once I upgraded this weapon. Because I'm not really... I don't want to do the math. Strength and armament. Oh, really? Oh, fuck. Of course. The good old... I'm using all the runes and then I'm trying to upgrade something and I just consumed or sold way too many, I think. But it doesn't matter. So now I can see. Come on, let's do it like this. Put fire on it. I don't want to do math here. Actually, I am. This seems to be better, but let's see. I'm doing it like this, right? 3, 7, 2. No, don't upgrade it. Do this. 3, 7, 2. Let's go flame arts. 415, yeah, of course it's better. I want to go up there. Main carrier mana gate? Or what was it called? Doesn't matter. I have a fire weapon now, which is very important over here. I can even summon. I don't want to summon. So yeah, there's one hand. Please come down. Come on, come down already. Thank you. Burn in hell. Oh, come on. This one little... Drop your shit and just vanish, please. The hands as enemies are fine. Of course, they have some annoying attacks. But the hands in and out of itself aren't the problem. In my opinion, the problem is that there are like so fucking many hands in this area. Just too much. at some point the joke is no longer funny, and right, you want to see some variety. But there is no variety. They are just hand spiders. And it's kind of getting on my nerves. Like, it feels like, how do we make this area more difficult? Just spam this one in particular enemy all the time, everywhere. I bet players will love it. Well, at least they are susceptible to fire, which is some good aspect. The not so good aspect is that when you attack them with fire, they're getting... You will see a specific or a unique animation. And here's another hand, as you can see. Not in this. This is a unique animation, and during that animation they take damage. The problem with that is, when I attack them during that specific animation, when they take damage from another damage source, the animation will instantly stop, and they can attack again all of a sudden. Which is kinda defeating the purpose, in my opinion. I think this animation should reward you. Like, it is rewarding you, but reward you a bit more. And honestly, I get why the big hands are in the ground. They can actually grab you. But I don't get the purpose of the small hands, because they are sometimes buried in the ground as well, as you could see there. But they're not doing anything, I think. Whoa. Burn, please. And what I don't like about these games is like your characters being pushed around when the enemy's doing specific animations. Feels like your character is weighing nothing at all. And yes, I bet these hands are heavier than your character, but come on. There's another one. Ooh. Now this is a clever trick. They're luring you with one small one, and then they... Okay. I'm pretty sure I attacked this one, but... Well, it's not like you can't do anything about it. It's a good thing that they implemented, since Dark Souls 1, by the way, the mechanic that you can wiggle out of it, or decrease the damage and the duration of the grab attack by pressing R1 and L1, like spamming these two buttons. Pretty nice mechanic. But no one is telling you that you can do this, so you have to figure it out by yourself. And to be honest, if you're prepared, this area isn't actually as bad as I remembered it to be. Like, it's fine with a fire weapon and with a lot of HP. But still, it's kind of boring going through here, like... Well, I think that's also the problem if you're playing the same game over and over again. At some point, you know everything, and nothing is really unique anymore. Oh, I love it. I'm dying here, am I? Oh, no, I'm not. At least not now. I am not... Come on, just... I hate it so much. Come on, turn around for fuck's sake. Stupid poking stick. Man, that was close. I really don't want to fight more than one at a time. Otherwise I'm having a problem. That was fairly close, too close for my liking. there a third one? Is there one on the ground for... Doesn't look like it. If you're wondering what the spell is doing, it will stun you or hold you in place, and then they're trying to grab you. The good thing about the spell is, while it's homing, it takes a while. It needs to detonate first, so if it reaches you, you're not in danger quite yet. You can still roll out of the way. But once it explodes and it hits your hitbox, then, well, you're being stunned. But shouldn't be a problem. I mean, if you counted how many hands there are, I haven't, but it feels like a lot. There's another big one somewhere in here. Yeah, look. It got staggered out of the attack. Oh, there's another small one. There's another big one. Holy shit. That's a bit excessive. I can poke them, right? In their stump. That's enough. Please, no more hands, please. I don't want to fight any more hands. There's another hand. Hello, hand. I'm getting a bit crazy here with all these hands. Oof. And if I'm remembering some areas in this game, I really don't want to play the game again. There's some areas that I really dislike. And this part of the Carrier Manor is one of them. I really don't want to do it again, but man. There's another big hand in the ground, for fuck's sake. That's too much. But again, I get the... If you're saying like, yeah, but you don't have to fight all the hands. Yeah, that's true. But especially when it's your first playthrough and you want to find every single item, then you, well, you're trying to comb through every single area, right? Like, and you have to fight everything. Of course, in this case, right now you could say, yeah, I know the area already. Like, I know where the items are. And this is somewhat true. I know where most of the items are. But, for example, I don't know if there is anything over here. And it turns out there's not, so I'm not remembering for an item to be there, but could have been like the weakest item in the world, and I'm not remembering the weakest item in the world. Maybe I am, but the most generic item in the world, I'm not remembering that. I don't know which item this one here is. Might not be that generic, but, well, it is. It's a smithing stone. Like, I don't remember. I remember there being an item, but I don't remember which item there is. So, already almost recording 50 minutes. I think I can manage dealing with Loretta. I think. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Finishing this area, but keeping the area behind, like the area up here, behind the manor, for the next episode, whenever the next episode is. By the way, I don't really like the area behind this area as well. Caelid is fine. Well, Caelid is... Like, I'm not going to fight in Caelid, I'm going to mostly run through Caled, grab some items, and that's it, because I'm not fighting all these T-Rex birds and T-Rex dogs, right? I'm not going to do that. No thank you. But I am probably... How am I going to do? No, I'm going this way. No, I'm going this way. I'm going to fight some of them. So let's see. I'm also thinking about what games I'm... Isn't there some... No one wants to spawn there? Really? Am I not remembering things correctly? And I'm already thinking what I'm going to upload after this series, right? Like after Elden Ring DLC, when the DLC comes out at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do beside Elden Ring, because I don't really want to just play Elden Ring. Like, where's the fun in that? I'm not a fan of challenge runs. I somewhat like to watch them, but I don't like to do them. So challenge run, no thank you. But convergence mod, I'm kinda want to do that. Just because I really like what they did with the magic and the whole systems in there. I really think they had some good ideas. So I definitely want to have a look at that mod at some point. Maybe if it's good enough, and well, it is, well, I said already good enough, so I'm going to also play it with my friends on what's it called, with the seamless co-op mod. I'm not going to record that, but just me playing the mod privately might be something. Because I've already seen that some people, at least in the comment section of another video that I've watched about the convergence mod, said that they're actively playing it with the seamless co-op mod, so I kind of want to try that too. Ugh. 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 Well, that takes a lot of stamina when I'm blocking with the halberd. Halberd? Is it halberd? Yeah, it is. What was I thinking of when I doubted the word halberd? Kinda strange word, come to think of it, right? Halberd. How's it? Who's bird? Sounds like a name. Burnian bird. Or something like this. It's the Ernie. Oh, bird. I don't know. I'm talking rubbish right now. I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit tired. I hope you're not too annoyed for that. By that. For that? Come on. Let's finish this area for good. Carrier Manor's like, ugh. I mean, the layout even makes no real sense, really. Come to think of it. Like, what are these towers for? Why is there a bridge in the middle of the thing? Like, what a strange, very strange layout. And even the staircase, right? When you think about the staircase, and I've talked about this area in a separate video. I made a video about Carrier Manor, about the design of Carrier Manor, but But really, you have a stair, like, you have a wall, which is fine, right? With crenellations, this wall is to defend from attackers. Attackers are coming from this side. But then you have a staircase, and when you go up the staircase, you're no longer defended. Eh? Eh? Why? Why would you do this? Imagine just, oh, you need to go up there because you need some more ammunition or whatever. You're going up here, oh, and oh, you're getting hit by an arrow. Unlucky. Just because someone designed this piece of wall very, very strangely. Hello, hands, long time no see. Come on, stop staggering me. I don't like being staggered. Is it worth it? Do I... Huh? What was that sound? Is there something of importance? Yeah, whatever. I wonder if it's going to... Is it going to follow me down here? It's not, okay. See ya. Oh no, for fuck's sake. Is it still aggroed? I hate this. It's moving around. Ah, it's no longer moving around. Nice. Oof. Huh? No, it's correct. Okay. Yeah, I kinda misremembered this area. And now for some reason we have slightly stronger wolves over here. If I'm not mistaken, these wolves are are unique to this area, aren't they? Or am I misremembering things? Like, this is the only place where you find these wolves, isn't it? Or am I misremembering stuff? Ah. Took a while. Pretty hard drop down there, right? Okay, now the final part, another dog that apparently I can stagger to death. Very nice. Is there something back here? Of course not. Oh, well, some flowers. Mikula's lily. A lily named after Mikula. Also known as Mikula's lily. Yeah, this part over here. I don't feel like fighting them at all. If I'm kinda honest. Or I'm not kinda honest, if I am honest. I don't want to fight them. I don't mind fighting this dude. But I do mind fighting the troll in particular. I really don't want to fight the troll over there. Is he guarding an item? I come to think of it, I think he's dropping the... No, you're not. You're not. Come on. There's a page, so... Be quiet! Stop casting shit. Okay. Okay. A lot of crystal buds. There should be another page over here. Are they called page? Is it being pronounced page? Like the page of a book, but it's written differently. P-A-G-E, or is it Page? I think it's Page in German. Well, even it's not even German, but... Is it French? Assassin's approach here, no. Alright. Bing bong. Hello there. She wants to buff red. These are her swords. Projectile. Oh no, my bubble. That was my face. Oh, come on. He blocked me. Do I need to go to the other on the other side of her? So we're not... Stop casting magic. I wish you could cast magic with these... with the sickle. When you have it yourself. Yeah, it still hit me. Oh, what even is this? Come on. Oh, it's the good one. I wasn't sure. Okay, I have the good... I'm always mixing up Flame Strike and Flame of the Red Mane, or whatever it's called. The other Ash of War, the other Fire Ash of War, that is fairly similar to this one, to be honest. It's fairly similar. So I'm mixing them up quite a bit. Did I activate this one? I did. I don't want to rest at it, because all these pages or pages, whatever, are respawning. I don't want them to respawn. Is there an item up here? Come to think of it. I don't really care about the sword that the troll might drop. If they drop the... Do I already have it? Can I confirm that? I don't. Alright. Well, you might get it from this one, I don't know. And I don't care, I don't plan on using this one. So, small platforming area over here. Very high jumps, don't know why these doors even exist. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe these are prison doors and you can only normally reach them by ladder. That never happened before. I've seen something new today. Great. I kinda hoped that they would yeet themselves off the cliff. Poke, poke, poke. Poking through this area. I really enjoy the halberd. Even though it's just poke. I kinda wish the heavy attack wasn't that stupid. Like, why is it a spin attack? That's so silly. I really don't like spin attacks. At least not like these. This one is fine, I guess. If they're doing it, but I don't appreciate the spin attack. Kinda wish it was like a very hard overhead slam. Maybe even an attack with the point of the, like with the back end, not with the X part, but with the pointed part. Because, well, guess why it exists, right? The bladed part, like the X part, is good for hacking and slashing. Then you have the point, or the tip, which is a spear, basically. You can use this as a spear. And the backside you can also use as a hacking tool, similar to a mace with flanges or spikes, I don't know what they're called, like to reduce the surface area so you can penetrate armor. Because penetrating armor with the small spike is kinda easier, because you have the leverage, the striking force basically behind this point. It's easier than with the spear part. And also the spear is a bit broader. And sometimes on the end you have a hammer or a hook. And with a hook, of course, you can hook people. Like you can hook them behind their shoulder or neck, or you can even catch their weapon awkwardly so that you might rip them out of their hands and so on. Usually that's why halberds are so good, because they're very versatile, right? They're a tiny bit heavier than a spear, for example, but you have so much more utility in them, and it's not even that much heavier, it's just a tiny bit, because of the extra material, just a tiny bit. You might not even notice it, I don't know. I never had a halberd in my hand. But it's basically like the ultimate weapon, right? Like, if you're in a war and you had a halberd, you're well equipped with this weapon. Because in wars, like in medieval wars, the spear was like the main foot soldier weapon, right? Because it's easy to use, it's fairly safe for a melee weapon. It's a fairly safe melee weapon, because you can keep the enemy at a distance, much easier than with a sword, even though the sword is more like in a 1v1 situation. The sword might be a bit better, because you can do so much more with a sword than with a spear. Maybe, I'm just guessing here, this is not like set in stone or anything, but a spear is much more safe, especially in a war setting. Come to think of it, like, I guess I'm wrapping things up right now. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I don't know when I'm uploading the next time. I honestly don't know. Might be in 1 week, might be 2 weeks again. Once my bachelor's done, maybe. Maybe just next week. I don't know how much I have to do now, or how stressful or tired I'm going to be, because usually I'm recording at night, or late in the evening. The good thing though is I've noticed I can leave the fan running and you shouldn't hear it. At least it's not being shown on the thingy here, and I did a test recording and I couldn't hear the fan, so sorry if you're hearing the fan, but it keeps me from dying right here because it's so hot right now. Yeah, but I hope you liked this episode. That's it from me. Until next time, goodbye.